Hey guys, welcome to Poland Vlog Day 2.
Day 2.
Right now we're in Katowice. We're at the home of John Paul
2.
II.
Day
Pope
2
John
for
Paul
JP 2.
JP the second. Or as John Paolo as they call him here. We'll give you a little...
Not to be mistaken with... I can't see.
And now we're going on a tour, so we'll check.
We're on day 2.
We're on day 2.
Day 2.
So guys, we just had lunch. The center packed us some sandwiches.
We
They were
did.
chicken. They were good. We had the Pope's pastry. Kremówka. It was good.
It was really good. Apparently he ate 10 in a competition, but his friend beat him by eating 14.
Don't
I would throw
understand
up
how.
after 2.
Do not understand how.
Yeah, I
After
couldn't
one, I'm
finish
like,
one.
"Ugh."
After one, I kind of feel queasy.
Yeah, so we're just walking around Poland before we go to Mass. We just toured, we just followed John Paul's footsteps not currently, we just did that. It's fine. We went to where he was born, we stood in the room where he was born, and then we saw where he went to primary school, where he went to secondary school. We learned a little more about him. This is so cute. This is where we are right now. It's really cute, really aesthetic, I feel. Yeah, we're about to go to Polish Mass, so I'm excited to witness Mass in Polish. Yeah, and we'll check back later. Okay. So this is where Pope John Paul II was born. We stood in the exact room. This is where he was baptized. We're about to go to Mass in there. And then this way, right here, is his primary school. And we also went to his secondary school, which is down the block, so.
It's very stiff.
Very stiff.
Yeah, I don't love that. So we're ending out day 2. To end the day, we went to Oświęcim. What did we do there?
We went to the Jewish Center to study or to go on a tour about Jewish culture and basically that's the location of the last synagogue. That's part of the last synagogue is still standing because the other ones were all burned down.
Yeah, because we learned that Oświęcim now has no Jewish population, but it did have one of the largest in Poland, I think they said.
Yeah.
And then we walked around town, which was cute. It was a cute town.
We went to the cemetery,
We went to the Jewish cemetery.
which is also the last Jewish cemetery standing in Oświęcim.
Yeah, and that's where the last Jew of Oświęcim was buried. He died, I think, fairly recently.
Yeah.
I want to say the 90s.
The 90s, either late 90s, early 2000s
Yeah.
is when he died, and he was the last Jew to live in Oświęcim.
And he came back. He didn't
Yeah,
live his
he
entire
was
life here.
exiled, and then he came back at the end of his life.
They were exiled because of in the 60s there was a resurgence of anti-Semitism. Right? Am I getting that right?
I think you could be.
So then everyone left, and then he came back for some God knows what reason, and he lived with just like himself, I think.
Yeah, no, he lived in the house next to the Jewish center where we were at, which is now some sort of restaurant cafe deal.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
So that's super interesting to
that was
come
super
back
interesting.
After for the two times in the same century for a whole population to feel like they're exiled is a tad
That's kind of a lot.
ridiculous.
It's kind of a
It's
lot.
a tad a lot to literally go through the entire Holocaust and World War II in the 40s, and then for only in the 60s to have a resurgence of anti-Semitism. I'm kind of pissed. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit extra on the parts of everyone here. But then we walked around town. It was really cute. There are a lot of couples in Poland. Almost every guy you see is with a girl, and almost every girl you see is with a guy. You very rarely see a group of girls or a group of guys.
That's so interesting. I didn't notice that at all.
Oh, I noticed it.
I noticed a lot of kids.
There are so many, and not kids, but toddlers to babies.
Yeah, and they were all wearing hats.
Yes.
They were all dressed like it was 40 degrees outside.
No, everyone was dressed like it was 40 degrees outside, and here we are, Brandon was walking around in a t-shirt.
Yeah, he didn't have a jacket. He didn't have a jacket at all, which I think, I don't know, speaks to how much the weather changes.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Because even Sister Mary was like, "You're not putting on a jacket." She was like, "It's Poland," and he was like, "No, I'll be fine." Yeah.
Oh
But,
God.
yeah. So then we came back. We had some dinner. We had some great soup. There were like a bunch of vegetables in it. There were Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, green beans, carrots, and rice. And the broth was so. I don't even know what the broth is, but it's so good.
It's so good. To have
And
like
then-
rice and soup, I feel like is really interesting. Have
It's
you
a power
seen that
move.
before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I've never seen that.
It's a common replacement for noodles, I feel.
Ooh, that's yeah.
And then we had a different salad. I didn't like it as much as the salad from yesterday.
I thought it was good.
It was good. I just prefer, like, if I had to pick the two, I'd pick the first one.
As what I. It was lighter. Like it was.
Yeah,
nice, like,
today was a little more like dense.
drenched.
Yeah, it was drenched. And then we had, what do we have? We had French fries, which I was a little okay, as much as I love French fries, I was a little disappointed because I wanted more like Polish food.
Those potatoes yesterday were so good.
They were
that,
so
like,
good.
I really could have done a round 2 of those potatoes.
Or just like a different vegetable cooked like those potatoes.
Yes. Yes. Like anything cooked like those potatoes.
Yeah, and then they gave us cordon bleu, which I don't like. And it wasn't their fault. I just don't like ham and chicken and cheese in the same wrapping.
In the same combination of food.
Like, I just don't love ham, and I
Yeah,
feel like it
ham's-
contaminates a lot.
It's got a taste that lingers.
Yeah, so that was dinner. They made us specifically these little like Jello things for St. Patrick's Day. They're like, "Oh, it's your St. Patrick's Day. We're making you these things." And like, as much as we appreciate them, they're weird.
Okay, but like I wonder if that's something that like actually they had in Ireland, because it seemed like
It was like straight up solidified Jello with fruit inside of it.
it was
Like, it looked like a candle.
Like it was really hard.
It was really hard. The strawberry one had like mousse in it, and the mousse was good. I ate the mousse, but I didn't like touch the solid candle Jello. But it was very nice of them to make it for us. We very much
Very
appreciate
nice.
that.
For St. Patrick's.
For St. Patrick's
I wonder,
Day.
like what specifically like
Yeah.
St. Patricky about it.
I
Like,
don't think anything. They weren't green. Like, I got if they were green Jello, but
They were green.
they weren't. It wasn't commercialized like American holidays are. So yeah, and then we had a lecture. We learned a lot of I feel like important things. We learned to listen to every perspective, and I think that's very important. I very much enjoy Sister Mary.
She's a queen.
Yeah.
A queen amongst peasants, I feel.
Oh, we're all peasants compared to her. You know who are all peasants compared to also? Jan. Our driver, Jan.
John is a king amongst men. He is so
He is a
cool.
king on spin. I love how he sits there and talks to Dr. Moore in Polish. Like, she doesn't speak it like at all, and he knows that, and he will rattle off to her so quickly in Polish, and she tries so hard to talk back to him that he doesn't care. Like, she tries so hard to like get him to understand, and he just is like, I'm gonna keep speaking to you in Polish.
We'll continue driving.
At one point, she turned around and she goes, "What is he?" He was he'll point out sites to us, and he like is fairly good at giving us like, I don't know the specifics of what he's saying, but like I can get the context. Like when he pointed out,
how angry he is when he says
yes,
it.
but he like pointed out like the barracks that were made, or like the housing that was made for the Germans that came into Auschwitz when they took it over, and he was pointing it out, and I was like, oh, okay, get that. And then later on the day when we were driving into Auschwitz, he pointed out the Maximilian Kolbe thing. And I don't know if that's where he was killed or if it was just a monument, but it's just a Maximilian Kolbe. And she looked so lost, and I was like, oh, that's like where Maximilian Kolbe was. And she was like, oh, okay. And then we drove down further, and he started rattling something off about Maria. I'm assuming Mother Mary.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming, but like still all I could pick out was Maria. And she turned around and goes, do you know what he's saying? I was like, this one I'm lost on.
We're lost. And then I think we did another one that was like John Bosco. Well, I think it was John Bosco, but he just kept saying Bosco Italia. And I have no idea if John Bosco's Italian.
I do remember that. I thought he was referring to a basilica.
Maybe.
But like, I don't know how to say basilica in Polish,
I don't know.
so
We're gonna see if John Bosco's Italian, because then I feel like that would make sense.
that would make sense. That'd
But,
make
like,
more
I don't
sense
know.
than my assumption. But yeah, so that was pretty much our day. Do you want to add anything, Michaela Cullen?
You covered it all.
I hope so.
Yeah, love John.
Love Jan.
Jan.
And he sings along to every song that comes on, whether it's a Polish song or an American song.
Ooh.
Polish music is good.
John Bosco was a saint.
Good.
I mean, was Italian.
Oh.
Saint John Bosco was a saint.
But it's Giovanni Bosco.
Ah, well, Giovanni makes sense. I feel like that's Italian for Joe.
Is it?
I feel like Joe's also Italian.
I know nothing about
Me either.
culture. What's that?
Anyway, so thanks for watching. We'll check back into. Oh, tomorrow we're going to Auschwitz, so the vlog may be a little bit more somber.
Basilica in Polish language is basiliki.
Yeah, that's not what he said.
Who knows what he said? Who knows what John's trying to tell us?
Yeah, so we're definitely not gonna vlog in Auschwitz, but we'll check in before and after.
Oh my god. My favorite part about John's car is that he drives like a psycho and my seatbelt was not working.
We love that. We love that.
We love that. Michaela was very concerned for my entire well-being. I sat in the middle and it put my entire life in John's hands.
But we made it.
But we made it.
We've made it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.